So delighted to be joined by Jake Goodwin, obviously a top prospect within the game. How are you, first of all, mate? You all good?
Yeah, I'm all good, thank you, Morgan. Yeah,
Good,
good
good,
today.
good. Obviously, how's the lockdown? How are you finding it?
Well, luckily I can still train, so I'm quite honoured to still be training. To be honest, if it weren't for that, I think I'd go insane.
Yeah, no, that's it.
It's not ideal. Obviously, a lot of people are in tough situations. National lockdown ain't good for anyone. But like I said, luckily I've got the gym. I can still train, still ticking over, and just waiting for that date to get out there.
Yeah, no, of course. No, I know you're keen on obviously getting started. We'll come on to that
Yeah.
in a little while, of course. I just want to start off really in like the early days. How did you even get into boxing? I believe was it your dad that took you to the gym to begin with?
Yeah, that's right. So, like, I used to do football and that, and
Okay.
my old man, who was big into the boxing, and he was like, "Do you want to go try it out?" So, why
Yeah.
not? I'll go try it down. So I was only 10, gone down to the gym, and I sort of got into it that way. Gone in,
Yeah.
and I got told I had natural talent, and as a kid hearing that, you stick at it, you
Of
go
course, yeah.
forward, and then 13 years now, and we're where we are. Where we are
Yeah,
now,
no,
yeah.
exactly. No, you've come a long way, of course. I was going to ask whether you had any interest in other sports at all growing up. So it was more so, was it football for you? And then obviously until your dad got you into the gym, did you still carry on playing football or was it a case of went into
Yeah,
boxing
well,
and
I
finished
think
up?
football. I think with football, it's sort of every young lad does it, doesn't it?
Yeah, of
It's just
course.
one of the
Yeah,
things. It's just a sport everyone does. Boxing, you can only start when you're 10.
yeah.
Like, I never thought I was going to be a boxer being a kid, and then I continued to do both at the same time. But being injury prone, it was like, right, I've
All
got
right,
to pick
okay.
one or the other, and I end up loving boxing. And I'm better at that than I was at football. So stuck with the
Yeah.
boxing, and yeah, pursued that.
Yeah, no, good stuff. Do you actually remember like the first time stepping into the gym? Because I spoke to Brian Rose like the other day, and he said that he still
Yeah.
gets nervous over like the smell of like the sweat and all that sort of side of things. Do you have like a similar sort of reaction, or can you like remember that first time? I suppose.
I still remember the first time I walked into the gym. So the first time I walked in, I had my Lonsdale boots, me Lonsdale wraps, everything, all Lonsdale gear, the starter pack. I had the lot. Um, and then I remember walking in the gym, picking up a rope, couldn't skip. There was no skipping. I could not do it. And then all of a sudden I just picked it up, got in front of the mirror, obviously got shown what to do. I just remember everything, walking in, just being this little lad walking into a gym and where everyone's already boxing, thinking, God, these are boxing. I
Yeah,
don't like. It's a bit nervous.
yeah, of
But
course.
even still, sometimes now, like I'm pro now and
Hmm.
adult, and I travel around training and things. You go to other people's gym, you still get nerves walking into new
Yeah,
gyms because you're walking into someone else's territory. It's good because you go in and you want to prove yourself. Like, yeah, I'm walking into your gym, but this is me. I'm walking into your gym. Like,
yeah, exactly. I'm boss.
I'm here to prove myself. Yeah, I
Yeah,
know.
no, of course. We'll
Still get
come on
nerves
to that
now.
as
Yeah,
well. Obviously, training with some top class talent, of course. So we'll come on to that in a little while. I just want to
yeah,
go on to like your amateur career. So you had a very successful amateur career, 53 fights, I believe it was.
yeah,
Obviously, just go through like what you'd actually accomplished in the amateurs, if you don't mind, just so to let everyone know, I suppose.
yeah. So through the amateurs, every year I did the ABA is what they was
Mhm.
called then, and then they
Yeah.
changed to the nationals. But I did them schoolboys, juniors, youths, through to seniors every year. I can't remember how many finals I got to. I do have it wrote down. I just can't remember how many I've done. But I've won the Yorkshires many times, and then going on to being a senior. So senior from 18. I had my senior debut in my first nationals as a
Okay.
senior. It was the University Championships. So that was my senior debut, and then I went on to win gold in that. That was
Hmm.
at welterweight.
Yeah.
Um, and then I had more bouts as a senior. I won the Elite Yorkshire belt, the Elite Yorkshire 69 welterweight belt,
Yeah.
and then won last year. I won the middleweight University Championships to become two-weight University champion.
Cool.
And I've also, going back to the youth days, junior days, got picked for Yorkshire, so I represented Yorkshire many occasions. Gone on many trips with them. Um, yeah, we've done quite exciting. There
Yeah.
was times as an amateur where it like you'd have multiple bouts in a week, or
Right, got ya.
you take a fight. I remember being at school, actually. I remember being at school, and I'd get a call or a text from my coach, like when I was at school. Oh, do you want to box tonight? Go on then.
A
You know,
couple
with
of hours notice.
yeah, like 13, 14 years old, whatever. It's
Yeah.
like, oh, you can box tonight. I remember one, it was like, oh, you box tonight. I was like, where is it? Oh, Manchester. And me growing up in Doncaster, it's like, right, so I'll finish school, straight home, straight in the car, straight home,
Yeah,
like
that's
boxing.
it.
But that's kind of how it was, you know, in the amateurs, and it's exciting,
Yeah, that's
you
it. It's
know,
all experience,
getting
isn't
like
it? I
that.
suppose
Yeah, that's
at
it.
the amateur side of things.
Yeah,
Um,
definitely.
Obviously, many talk about like that transition as well between the amateur and the pro game. Sorry, is that something that you're concerned about, or do you feel like that's something that you're going to relish with like the style that you do have?
Do you know what? It's come really natural with me.
Hmm.
So I do know, and I heard about the transition, and I wanted to give myself a transition period before having the debut, but it's
Yeah.
just come really quick for me. I've got a natural, more of a pro style anyway. It's a lot more
Okay.
relaxed. You know, you plant your feet more. You're looking for things.
Yeah, that's it.
Um, but it kind of came natural to me, and I've already like improved massively and adapted to that pro style really
Yeah.
quick. It didn't take long at all, like, you know, and now we're just sparring the pros. Um, so it has come really well
Good.
for me, and I'm just excited to showcase it. You know, get out there
Yeah, no, that's it. Of
and really
course.
put it into practice.
Yeah, no, most definitely. Is there like a fighter which you necessarily like look up to and like take parts of their game, I suppose, and trying to adapt that into your game, or is it more so you just go with it and just adapt to the actual situation? I suppose. Is there anyone that you actually look up to within the boxing game?
Well, I do have quite an adaptable style. I can adapt to whatever's in front of me. You know,
Mm.
I can go forward, I can go back, I can counter. You know, I'm quite good at being adaptable to who is in front of me, which is good. But in terms of looking up to people, a style that I've always liked, well, is Golovkin. I do
Okay.
really like Golovkin's style. Just the way he cuts the ring off, he's very, very intelligent in the ring. And just for many years, kind of when we're talking like ring craft, that's something that I've always liked, seeing his the way he boxed. But then there's many fighters that growing up I've looked up to, and I thought, God, I want to be them. I remember being a
Yeah.
kid and I've been watching Carl Froch. It's
Right.
like,
Yeah. Yeah.
oh, I want to be a super middleweight. I want to box like that. You know, just the
Yeah.
way he was in, just his fights, just like he was fighting, he won't box. And like as a kid, I thought, yeah, you know, that's
Yeah.
good. Even now, you know, if he was a class boxer.
Yeah.
Um, but then as well, there's more Canelo.
Yeah.
You know, he's absolute animal.
Yeah. He's
Um,
unreal, isn't
yeah, but there's a few fighters, few boxers that I do look at, and
he?
it's
Yeah.
like, you know, I'll practice the way they do that and see how they do it. But
That's it.
you
Yeah.
can't, yeah, you can't just copy other boxers because
No,
it's
exactly.
not for you. You know, it's
No,
not
of
for you.
course.
I've seen many people trying to do the Mayweather, but it
Mm.
just doesn't work. You
No,
can't do it.
exactly.
You've got to box the way, obviously you box, and you can change your style. You can
Yeah,
improve it,
exactly.
and that's all I've done. Which is
Suppose
kind
you
of
can take like inspiration, can't you, from
yeah,
certain boxes and that side of things. But like you say, you just got to be yourself and just box the way that you feel
yeah,
comfortable
yeah,
doing so, I suppose, and just adapt that the best way that you can to get the win and all that side of things. Um,
yeah.
just going to like the pro game, obviously now as well. I know we've touched on it. You've just recently signed with MTK. Obviously, they're one of the biggest managing companies, I suppose, that there is within boxing at this moment in time. I mean, what was like the thoughts behind that decision? Was there anything in particular that swayed you towards them, I suppose?
Well, exactly that. What you just said there. You know, the
Mm.
biggest management in the game.
Yeah,
Very big management company to be with. So for me, it was like great opportunity.
yeah, no
You know,
brainer, really, isn't it?
perfect opportunity. That's it. And it got to the point like I was gonna have another run at the amateurs,
Okay.
another year at the amateurs, do the seniors again, the ABAs. But the lockdown came, amateurs got put on hold, and I felt, you know what, I've finished uni now. I'm at the right age, like
Yeah,
physically and just mature wise. Like I'm at the right age to go
yeah,
pro. I've been sparring them for many years, so I started training down in the gym,
yeah.
um, and then we started then going down to Josh Warrington's gym and training down there, and then got presented the MTK offer, but I didn't just jump straight on it. You know, kind of looked
Okay.
into it, asked around,
Yeah.
because I spoke to a lot of people about the pro game, and
Mm.
obviously once you've made that decision, you've signed that paper, that
Yeah,
you've
so
done it then. So I really
yeah,
looked into it, and asked around and things, and it was just everyone I spoke to about it was a great deal. So
Mm.
so yeah, it's a very exciting one to be with, and I'm sure they'll be getting me out soon.
Yeah, no,
Hopefully,
definitely.
hoping to be out soon. So yeah, excited to see where it goes with MTK.
Yeah, no, of course. I know that you said that you've obviously finished uni now, but I do understand that you're still working. How do you find that balancing that, I suppose, work with the gym? Is it just like work, gym, sleep sort of thing?
Literally that. Yeah, work as soon as I finish work, straight in the car, down to the gym. I'll train, get home, refuel, straight to bed, up,
Yeah,
work, and then I choose my time on the weekends to relax, or like
that's
today
it.
I'll go for a run.
Okay, got ya.
So I'll
Still
only really
just try
have
and tick
one
over.
day off. Yeah, just tick over. I mean, it's a bit hard with the ice on the roads at the minute, but
Yeah, we
I'm
haven't
still
got it
managing
here,
it.
but we're all right.
All right.
We're clear. I'm in Essex, so obviously a bit
Right.
further south. But yeah,
Yeah.
so we're steered clear at the minute. But yeah, like you say, it's not that pleasant at the minute. But if you can just tick over, that's the main thing, I suppose, isn't it?
Yeah. But yeah, with work, so it is very busy. But at the level I'm at the minute, you're not going to earn $1 million
No, of course.
from boxing. So we've got to work,
Yeah,
unfortunately.
yeah, that's it.
The ideal situation for not just me, but for everyone would just be a full time athlete.
Yeah,
Like, that's a dream. And so yeah, I work full time
but
too.
cool. Now I'll come on to like the sponsors side of things, like where you mentioned about going like full time pro. Obviously, I have actually put that would be like anyone's dream to of course do that. So we will come on to that. I was when doing a little bit of research and a little bit of background on yourself, I come across an article and it actually said in there, albeit it was in 2017. So of course you may have changed your mind since then. Of course you have actually. But you mentioned potentially about looking to go towards the Olympics in 2024. So was there any, first off, was that true? Because obviously you never know whether it's true, I suppose, when you're looking at this stuff online. And I suppose what was like the reasoning behind the decision if you did obviously change your mind?
Yeah. I'd love to have gone to the Olympics. My dream from being young, and my
Mm,
mindset was always to reach the top of the amateurs
yeah.
and then turn over and reach the
Okay.
top of the pros. And I would have loved to have gone to the
Mm,
Olympics. I do believe I had the potential to get up there with the best
mm,
in the amateurs in the world. Um, and I would love to have done that, and I could have put myself on that right path. Like that's why I
yeah.
wanted to do another run at the amateurs and do the elite championships,
Yeah.
which would have been this year, to give myself that shot, because it's quite a long process to get to the
All right.
Olympics.
Okay.
You've got to do well in the nationals, and then
Mhm.
you do your camps, and you get up there. And with me being in a very popular weight, middleweight, it
Yeah.
was
Exactly.
it's a lot of competition. But
Cool.
I'd have been in there. I'd have been game for the fight to get that top spot. And
Yeah. At
yeah, I would
least
have loved
compete.
to. I'd have loved to work my way up to it, and then turn pro.
Yeah.
So obviously, once you've got that Olympic status, or even GB
Yeah.
status, it puts your foot in the door massively. But yeah, then my decision came. Amateurs was on hold with a lockdown,
Yeah.
training in the pros, and as I mentioned previously, just at the right stage where, yeah, let's make a move to the pros and climb the ranks that way.
Yeah, no, that's it. Like you say, your hand was almost forced in a way, I suppose. But like you say, you've gone around, done your research. That's the main thing. As long as you're confident you
Yeah,
made the right decision, I'm sure you have. That's the main
yeah.
thing, to be honest with you. I know that we touched on like training with like top pros. I know that you mentioned Josh Warrington there. I mean, how do you find it? I suppose that you're learning all the time, to be honest, off of them. How do you find that interaction with those kind of athletes?
Oh, it's brilliant. Like when I first went down to the gym, it was kind of a bit like, I'm going to train in a world champions gym. It's crazy. Like I've just gone from I'm locked down doing my home workouts in my garden
Yeah,
to all of a sudden I'm training in the gym with world champion and other top class boxers. People you pay to go watch these shows. You watch them on the telly. It's like it's crazy, but yeah, no, it's good because we learn off each other everything. Everyone always brings something new to the table. Um, but it's nice that I'm around people who are at the top of the game, or making the way to the top of the game as well as other lads in the gym. Um, and I'm learning from it, and really just taking everything in that I can. I listen to everything that's said, and I ask a lot of questions, because if I can learn as much as I can now while I'm
that's it.
at the lower stages, um, by the time I get to the top, I'll be prepared and I'll know what's going to come.
Yeah, no, of course. Like you say, if you're asking questions, that's the main thing, to be honest with you. I know that you said, and that we have previously mentioned, that you're keen to turn over, or I suppose you've done that turnover, but like keen to make your debut. Have you got any news on when that's likely to be? I know that you was looking at February originally, I believe, when I spoke to you. But I mean, I know
Yeah.
that's been pushed back. So, I mean, is there any sort of idea of when you're looking to get out, or have you had any idea from MTK?
Yeah, well, I'm keen. I'd box tomorrow. I'd get out tomorrow if I could.
You do
You can
another
ring
one
me
of your
now. Right.
schools, phone you up,
Yeah.
get
They
going.
should ring me.
Yeah.
Right, Jake, we'll get you on tonight. Right. I might be a bit overweight, but go on then.
Yeah, exactly. As long as it's not too far.
But no, I'm keen to get out. And we have this conversation in the gym every night. I'm always like, when are we out? When are we out? We kind of don't. It's a little bit difficult at the minute with all the lockdown. But
Yeah.
Original plan was December, and then it was February. Now it's looking like April.
Okay.
But I've put my name out there to be like, look, get me out. I just want to get out and box. I want to make that debut. I'm ready. I'm fit. I'm doing everything's looking good in the gym. I'm ready to get out there and just get my name on the map, and
that's it.
And just make a move, because I want to climb these ranks as quickly as possible, and I'm hungry. Like, I'm hungry to box and get out there and really show what I'm made of.
No, of course. Hopefully, like you say, it'll be April. But like you say,
Yeah.
like you say, and you're staying ready anyway, so you're ready to go whenever
Yeah.
you feel that call. I will come on to like the sponsor side of things, because I know, like we mentioned, and I was going to say to you anyway, it would be anyone's dream to go pro as a full-time athlete, I suppose. So I mean, if people were watching this and wanted to get in touch with you, how would they go about that if they did want to obviously go into and try and sponsor you, I suppose? How would they go about that?
Yeah, well, first of all, sponsors are a massive thing. I'll say that to get up there and train full time and really dedicate yourself to it, you do need these sponsors. Without the sponsors, it's difficult to be to train full time. So they are a massive part of not just boxers but any athlete's game, and they do help. But if people wanted to get in touch with me, they could, if it's through Twitter, just send me a direct message. Instagram, just Jake Goodwin Boxing, quite easy to find.
I'll put all the links in the description anyway, so if people were watching it,
if people wanted to reach out to me, they can just message me on there. If they wanted to give me a call, they just have to message me, ask for my number. I'd happily pass my number over and can have a call and a chat about things. But yeah, my messages are always open. Quite often I'll check them. Sometimes miss them, but I will check them.
Yeah, no, of course. No, as I say, I'll put all of your links in the description, so it's easier for people to obviously just click straight on and go through that. I just want to finish off the video. So same as what I've done with Brian Rose, just go through 3 potential fights in 2021. Just get your prediction on it, I suppose. So the first one, which I wanted to ask you, Joshua versus Fury, how would you see that one going?
I hope to God that happens. I really do.
Let's hope,
it needs to happen. But for me, Fury takes the win. I do think it could stop him. But yeah, Fury takes the win. I just like he's just unreal, isn't he? Like, the guy's huge and he moves like a middleweight. He is great. But for me, Fury, that one.
Yeah, he's just so awkward, isn't he? That's 2 out of 2 for Fury. Brian said the exact same. What about Garcia versus like Tank? How would you see that going? Obviously, Garcia got the win against Campbell. It looked like Campbell was going to get him out of there, to be honest with you, in the second round, knocked him down, but he come back even stronger, if I'm honest. And I think we learned a lot from that. I mean, how would you see that going? Do you think the Tank step would be too far at this moment in time, or how would you see that?
Well, I thought Luke would have been too much for
I said the same.
For Garcia. Like,
I thought the exact same.
It really surprised me. My predictions were completely wrong with that fight. Got a cracking shot though, brilliant body shot there. But for that one, I just think I don't think Garcia's mature enough. He's just, I don't think he's ready for Tank. I don't think he's ready for that. No. So Tank takes the win there.
Tank's taking it. And in the last one, then Terence Crawford, versus Errol Spence. How do you see that one?
Good one, great one. That Crawford.
Yeah, we're going.
Yeah, Crawford. Yeah.
Right. So obviously I just wanted to get an idea of what you thought about those 3. There were slightly different ones to Brian's, other than I'm going to keep the Fury Joshua one in all the way through, to be honest with you, because I think that's a big one.
Yeah.
Like I say, thanks for your time anyway. Much appreciated. Like I say, I'll put all the links in the description so people can get hold of you, follow you on social media, follow your journey, and all
Yeah.
that sort of stuff. So the sponsors can get in contact. I mean, good luck with your 2021. I'm sure it's going to be very exciting for you. Is there anything that you want to finish off by saying, either to your current sponsor or to any fans at all, anything like that at all, mate?
Yeah, I'd just like to say thank you to my current sponsors, Crozier Jones, who's been a massive help over the years supplying me with my equipment, and my new sponsor that you'll see on my Instagram is Hollis Therapy, which is great. I always need that.
Yeah.
But yeah, MTK, great. You know, for getting me on, just soon getting me out there. Everyone in my team, managers, my trainers, all my sparring partners, and obviously all the fans that are waiting, all the supporters. Yeah, I don't really like to say fans, but all the supporters, everyone who's there for you. Waiting patiently to get that debut.
Yeah, no, that's it. And like you say, stay ready. As soon as you get that call, you'll be ready to go. And I'm sure
Yeah,
it'll be fairly soon. So obviously, as I say, good luck. Thanks for joining me anyway. Much appreciated. And I'll speak to you soon, I'm sure. Maybe we'll catch up at some point. All right, mate?
yeah, brilliant.
Lovely.
All
All
right,
right,
cheers,
cheers,
Morgan.
Jake. Have a nice weekend. All right, I'll speak to you
Take it
soon.
easy.
See you,
See you
mate.
later.
And you. See
Bye
ya.
bye.
Bye, mate. Bye, mate. Bye.